Is Mo Salah's Premier League legacy underrated?
No. Do you think he led that team to the title?
100%. His numbers...
numbers hype. And
his
Gerrard
numbers are comparable to Henry's.
Is a bit like Hazard. Some years his form's dipped a little bit.
No. If we're going to put him in conversation with anyone's legacy in the Prem, it would be Henry. It would be Rooney. It would be Aguero. It would be...
You just wanted to put something out there because there is no reason why Saka should be in this conversation. None.
I think there's so many good players in that Liverpool team. Some may or may not have asthma.
I don't think Ronaldo at Manchester United was a greater player than Thierry Henry was at Arsenal.
Funny, Steven Gerrard has been in conversations for decades.
Where he doesn't belong.
Read it back. Let's read it back.
Jog was like 2 or 3. Definitely not 10.
Are you insane?
Tread fucking carefully, bro. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Gold Diggers Extra Time. Listen, we've got 2 all-stars in the building. Yeah. We got Shy, we got Tima. Merry Christmas, by the way.
Merry Christmas.
Happy New Year.
When it comes.
Happy New Year, man.
Listen, well, this is going to come out in the New Year. Happy New Year.
Oh, happy 2025.
Well, wishing you guys a very, very happy 2025. And with these Gold Digger Extra Time episodes, we are going to be discussing some of the trending topics at the time. All right, so the question we've got today: is Mo Salah's Premier League legacy underrated?
No.
Shy?
Underrated? No.
I'm going to say yes, but we're going to start off. Tima, why do you say that it's not underrated?
I would actually argue, why would you say it's... I want you to answer your own question.
Listen, I think it's underrated.
For what reason?
I feel like he's highly disrespected. He's done a lot in the Premier League in terms of records, in terms of actually winning the Premier League. Some people will say another person is better than him, i.e. Steven Gerrard, or has a greater legacy than him, i.e. Steven Gerrard, and he hasn't won the Premier League. This is a Liverpool player that's actually done it, and he led his team to that title as well. So I would say he's underrated. Some people still don't even call him world class.
Do you think he led that team to the title?
100%.
Which
not
team?
with Mane.
With Mane, 100%.
And Firmino.
100%.
And Fabinho.
100%.
And Van Dijk.
100%.
And with Alisson in goal.
100%.
And Trent.
100%.
And
you could ask me so many questions.
I don't think he led. 100%. No. I don't think you can say that he led them to the title single-handedly.
Not single-handedly. I'm saying he led them.
I don't know if you could say led either. I think that there were so many good... I can't say world-class with Liverpool, I'm sorry. I think there's so many good players in that Liverpool team. Some may or may not have asthma. And I think that... So I had to get that in. I think there were so many good players in that team that you can't say that he led them. I think they were all standing side by side.
Yeah. And I agree with you. But then Chelsea fans, like myself, will say Eden Hazard led Chelsea
because he actually
to a couple Premier Leagues. But we had so many good players in our team, though.
No, but I think the argument when it comes to Hazard in comparison to Salah, I'll say the Conte team, you can definitely say Hazard led. I think the Jose team, you could make the argument that, you had Cesc in there, Hazard, Costa, yeah. And those were like the 3. Mm-hmm. I think with Salah, making it out like it was a Gerrard type movement for that Liverpool team is absurd.
Yeah, but it was okay. Let me take it back, as in he didn't lead them single-handedly, and I want to make that very clear. But in a group of amazing players, he was the standout in that league. Ooh. He was. In that league-winning team, Mo Salah was the standout. And I know you can say Mane. You can argue Mane. But when it mattered the most, it was Mo Salah that put in the numbers and put in the shit.
I think you just killed your own argument. You said, and you can argue Mane, which would suggest to me that he was not standout.
No, because you can argue it.
Language.
Listen. You can use language against me. I'm saying he was the standout, but if you argue Mane, I wouldn't be surprised. Like, you can do that if you want to.
He was a very important part of that team. I think he did very well. Congratulations for winning a trophy when there was no fans in the stadium. But I think that I think Mane has. What?
Tima.
I think Mane also has I think he's important. I think his importance is underrated. I think Salah definitely got his flowers during that COVID season when there was no fans. I don't think Mane was as appreciated in terms of Liverpool.
If you look at it, the only people that really got their rightful flowers was Salah, Van Dijk and Trent. Everyone else...
You don't think Mane got flowers?
Not enough.
No.
What? Okay, maybe we lived in a different world. But I remember Mane getting a lot of... The only thing is, he was always compared to Salah. And that was the only issue there. Even Firmino got his... Fucking Divock Origi got flowers, bro. Like, everybody got their flowers. Everybody got their flowers. And I feel like Mane got adequate amount and Salah got more because he deserved more.
So what's your problem then?
There's no problem with it. I'm just saying that.
I don't know.
Stand out.
I can't believe I'm saying this. I kind of agree with Shai. I think even at the time when
you agree with me more than you don't, by the way. Just saying. Don't let the cameras fool you.
That's a scary place to be. Scary place to be.
It's the truth.
I think that because when they were both renewing their contracts, was it a couple of seasons ago? Liverpool fans couldn't give a heck about Mane. Mm-hmm. Couldn't give a shit about him staying. And wanting him to leave. And I don't think they really appreciated what he brought to that team. I think Salah has always been respected, always been appreciated. Did they have a song for Mane? Maybe, I don't know.
They did have a song for Mane.
And I think it just goes to show.
I ain't a Liverpool fan.
Sing it then.
I don't know. Mane.
But I think when it comes to Mane and the impact that he had, if you look at it, I don't think Diaz has been an adequate replacement for Sadio Mane.
No,
of course not.
And I feel like maybe to a certain degree, a large section of that Liverpool fan base did undervalue what Sadio Mane brought to that team. Like, he was the first out of that cycle from the £30 million move from Southampton. So he does need to be appreciated. But in saying that, I don't think Salah's Prem legacy is undervalued. I think there's people out there that have achieved way more, that have done way more for the Prem, and they don't even get half the flowers.
Okay, like who?
Like Wayne Rooney.
Okay. Okay.
I think that... Do you know what it is? I think nowadays Wayne Rooney isn't appreciated. When Wayne Rooney was playing...
Back in my day.
Yeah, but
I'm not talking
Wayne Rooney was appreciated.
I'm not talking about, like, during the time, in the moment. I'm talking about his legacy, so after the fact. And I think when you look at Premier League comparisons, Salah has skipped the queue. He's straight up there. They're comparing him to Thierry Henry. It's like, you skipped Ronaldo, you skipped Hazard, you skipped all these players. It's just Henry. But it doesn't make any sense to me.
His numbers...
numbers hype. And
yeah, but his numbers are comparable to Henry's.
This is my problem.
Comparable, not the same. They're comparable.
This is my problem with football in 2024/25, whenever this episode comes out, is stats. I wouldn't say stats has killed the game, but I feel like people emphasize stats so much. And me, I watch football with my eyes. Joe Stat, or whatever their name is, cannot tell me nothing. I watch football with my eyes. I know what I see, and that is the damn truth. Stat can make any player look good. So there's there's some crazy stats that people try to put on Sky Sports News, and I'm just like, what? Why does this matter? Like, I watch football with my eyes. So for me, yeah, stats can make him look good, but in my personal opinion, in the peak Premier League era, you had the Wayne Rooneys, you had Hazard, you had Cristiano Ronaldo, slightly Gareth Bale.
Wayne Rooney and Hazard did not play in the same era.
No, but I said peak Premier League era.
You just put in peak Premier League. You're adding in Chelsea's Hazard era into that peak Premier League era.
I think the Premier League era peaked for about 14 years and then went back down and has gone on a decline.
What's the 14 years? From when to when? What's the range?
No, this is
No.
It's about Salah.
I need to hear the range.
She tweeted it. She put 2003 to 2017.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that another time.
Okay.
We'll talk about that another time. Because I agree. But carry on.
You watch football with your eyes, and I think Salah's done incredible things. He's carried Liverpool, but during his time with Liverpool, they haven't always been top. And I feel like his form has gone some years, a bit like Hazard. Some years his form's dipped a little bit, and I think that
no,
you don't think so.
No.
How about when they finish fourth?
even in the
He finished
year
10th with Hazard. I don't think you can say that.
But he was injured. He was injured that season.
And
Okay.
Mo Salah was also injured that
Yeah,
season as
that's
well.
fine.
Like, I'm just saying.
But then
Like, I'm
you're
trying to be fair.
I don't think you should make the argument because then you're killing yourself.
Look, if anyone wants to talk about injuries, Chelsea fans, we can't do it because Hazard,
fair.
he had that injury 2016. Yeah, 15-16. It was 15-16. Salah, when he had his injury and Liverpool came fourth, wasn't he still their top goal scorer?
Mm-hmm.
And Jota was on fire that season as well. He was still their
Okay,
top
good
goal
point.
scorer.
Good point. I
He's-
concede
That point.
not the. Let me be clear.
Every season, Salah has been consistent. I'm not saying every season he's been great, but he's been consistent. There's never been a season where I've seen him go under, this is a brave shout, but under 20 goals a season. I've never seen it. And he's not a striker, he's a winger by trade. So I don't know. I just feel like if we're going to put him in conversation with anyone's legacy in the Prem, it would be Henry, it would be Rooney, it would be Aguero, it would be all these
can't
people.
be.
But it would be.
No, but it can't be. How can it
Why?
be? How can one Premier League title get you in a conversation
But
with
I'm
some
not,
of the
not being
best
funny. Steven Gerrard has been in conversations for decades.
where he doesn't belong?
He doesn't belong there. But that's the thing. He's still in the conversation.
Let's be clear. Let's be clear. He doesn't belong.
He's been in that midfield conversation for God knows how long, right? And ability-wise, Steven Gerrard deserves to be in that conversation. Ability-wise, right?
Ability-wise, Ben Arthur deserves to be in a lot of conversations.
Hey.
Ben
I don't
Arthur
get it.
is a cult hero.
Like,
Cult hero.
I think at
That's
the end
a
of the
baller.
day, when it comes to defining someone's legacy, you have to have a certain amount of trophies attached to that.
So if Salah wins the Prem again this season, because it looks like Liverpool are on a trajectory to, are you going to put him in that conversation with Thierry Henry, with Rooney?
No.
What's it going to take?
I don't think is Salah the best winger the Premier League has ever seen. No. Is Thierry Henry the best player the Premier League has ever seen? Yes. That's the difference.
Is Salah the best
I don't know.
winger?
That Henry one is
No one cares.
interesting. That Henry one is
Who's
very
the best player the
interesting.
Premier League has ever seen?
Some would argue. Some. I'm not saying me. Some people may argue.
I didn't say it.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
I thought you were going to say a ludicrous name. That's fair.
It's not clear cut then. It's not.
But I think
do you know what?
with
Word
the-
to Cap, you can put Ronaldo as a midfielder. Hey, big up Cap. I'm so sad that episode didn't come out, man. He put Cristiano Ronaldo as a midfielder. But anyway, carry on.
I think for me, the thing that works against Ronaldo is he became greater after he left.
He won a Ballon d'Or at Man
Yeah,
United,
he did, but
no?
he became greater after he left Man United, and I think it works against his favour. I'm not saying that it should, but I think it does.
I don't think it
He
does.
literally
No,
won
I
a
definitely-
Ballon
He
d'Or.
won a Ballon d'Or.
Can I explain?
I'm so intrigued.
No, what I'm saying is when he went on to Real Madrid, everything that he was doing at Man United became tenfold. So it's sort of like, is the best version of Ronaldo the Ronaldo we had at Manchester United or the Ronaldo that we had at
It
Real
doesn't
Madrid?
matter about his
It
best
definitely-
version.
Hang on
Yeah.
1 second. When we've had this debate in the past, people will definitely use that against CR7. That's all I'm saying.
But I don't understand how you can use his different versions against him when we're just talking about his Premier League version. So if we talk strictly about his Premier League
And
version, I forget the Real Madrid
Even
one.
in his Premier League version, I don't think Ronaldo at Manchester United was a greater player than Thierry Henry was at Arsenal. And that's my argument. And if you want to use a Ballon d'Or, then why isn't Michael Owen greater than Ronaldo? I mean Henry, since we're using that Ballon
Because
d'Or.
he didn't have hamstrings after the age of 20.
Like Michael Owen is a very unfortunate scenario.
That's crazy.
I feel like if Michael Owen pursued his entire career injury-free, this conversation probably wouldn't even be happening, bro.
That's insane.
No, I'm dead ass.
That's
Michael
insane.
Owen. Michael Owen. Come,
That's him
brother. Michael Owen at his peak. I need to stop. I'm talking like Mandem Bears, man. Sorry. Let me be a lady. Sister. Michael Owen at his best, if he continued on that trajectory without the injuries, he'll be spoken as one of the greatest players to ever come out of the Premier League.
Players is crazy. Strikers, I can be with
One
you.
of the greatest players. And I'll stand on that.
This is going crazy.
But anyway, no, it is going there. But let's go back to Mo Salah, okay? And where his legacy stands with Rooney, Henry, Aguero. We'll sprinkle Aguero in there. He's up there. I think
I think Salah's tier 2.
I think you need to think about, so all of those players you just mentioned, right, played in the same era, and they were like going toe to toe. Who, Chelsea fans are gonna kill me for this, but who is Salah going toe to toe with?
Well, in his era, Eden Hazard.
Not really though.
He did though.
And Hazard, and when they were both in the Premier League, Hazard outshone him. Continue. Continue. Continue.
I ain't even gonna talk against Hazard because you know that's my boy. But Eden Hazard, okay.
Outshone him. Continue.
Oi.
It's getting a little dark. Ooh. But okay. The quality back then.
Why didn't you continue that?
Because the quality back then obviously was much better.
Yeah,
it was much better, and I can appreciate that. But it doesn't take away from what Salah's doing as an individual in this country.
So who are his peers?
It's not Salah's fault that he has no peers. The fact that he has no peers right now.
Is Kevin De Bruyne not his peer?
Okay, but position-wise.
Not position-wise. I'm talking about just toe-to-toe with the best players.
Like players in general.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Man City team, the Centurion team, there are several players in there that will go. De Bruyne, Rodri, and if I was going to say Sterling, but I'm not going to say Sterling anymore.
Sterling has a fantastic Premier League.
He has a fantastic Premier League career, but he wouldn't be in this conversation.
Okay, so maybe that should be another episode, but we'll big up Sterling. Look, I love the guy, but I'm not sure whether he has got. I don't think he hasn't got the streets. Let's put it that way.
Streets don't have him when they should.
They should do. I don't disagree with that.
The streets need to have Sterling,
they
bro.
They should have him, but unfortunately they don't.
All right, but let's go. Let's read it back. Let's read it back to Mo Salah. Okay, you were saying?
Yeah, who is his peers?
His peers would probably be KDB. That's the only one.
De Bruyne, Ballon d'Or, Rodri. Now,
well, not the face of the Premier League, Saka.
Why is Saka in this conversation?
She couldn't resist.
You just wanted to get something out there. There is no reason why Saka should be in this conversation. None. How old is Saka? 23.
No, I'm just saying that his peers. I'm not saying that.
How long was Salah a right winger before Saka became a right winger for Arsenal?
Love, Shy, don't buy it.
What the hell is that?
I'm just saying, we're just talking about
peers, you're not just saying, you're being silly.
Just saying his peers, you know what I mean? Like, what about Bruno Fernandes? Is that his peers?
Oh, brother.
I just honestly think...
It's only De Bruyne.
I think right now, Mohamed Salah is tier 2 for me.
Who else is in tier 2? That's a big question. Who else is in tier 2? So just so I can understand who is his company that you're putting him.
Who am I putting him with?
Yeah. Who's the company
Hazard.
you're putting him with? Okay.
Aguero.
Okay.
Who else would I say?
So tier 1 is just Henry and Ronaldo.
Henry, Ronaldo, Rooney, Lamps, Vieira. Sorry?
Drogba? I'm just asking a question. That's actually not that crazy.
Drogba's like two or 3. Definitely not 10.
Are you insane?
Whoa.
2, 3.
Do you know what? Let's stick to the topic. Mohamed Salah. Let's stick to the topic.
Yeah, so I don't think like
carefully, bro.
For me, I don't think Salah belongs with like when you talk about the Lampards of the Prem or the Henrys or the Rooneys. He's just not there, and it's just down simply as he hasn't won enough.
So then, who is there in a Liverpool term? No one. Yeah, who's there?
No,
nobody.
Steven.
With no listen, I'm not like these English cult heroes who must defend because the player is English. You cannot be the greatest thing a league has ever seen with no Premier League track. Like, that's insane.
Can I ask you a question then? What about Harry Kane?
What about him?
I think like he's in terms of Premier League strikers, he has to be in a conversation because of his.
100%. When we're talking about strikers, Harry Kane is one of the greatest Premier League strikers this nation has ever seen. But when you're talking to me about a player's legacy, when all that is in your trophy cabinet is silver medals, you cannot be in the conversation.
But when you talk about
your legacy,
but what do you mean by their legacy? As in how they impacted
the game. What did you help your team to win. How you shifted and changing the culture around you. I'm sorry, Harry Kane is a fucking loser.
But he said the other day that Bayern Munich had his trophies in the. That's his words.
What trophies?
All right, back to Mo Salah. You see how these always go for the tangent? I told them 20 minutes. We're almost coming to 20 minutes. Don't mind them.
I just don't understand. I don't understand what more you want from the guy. What more do you want?
What, from Salah?
No, as in more for his legacy. Like, what do you
Your
want?
legacy needs more trophies.
Who? Mo Salah's?
Yes.
But you said that his legacy is underrated. So what more do you want?
For me, there are still a lot of pundits that question him as a player and question his ability. They question what he brings to Liverpool as a team. Troy Deeney the other day was talking about...
Troy Deeney's...
He's a pundit, right? He was a pundit and he said it live-o. Mo Salah is not a world-class player. I don't know how you can say he's not a world-class player in this era.
I think when you talk about Salah as a player, he's gotten to a point where even if he isn't the type of player you like to watch, you give him his respect.
You give him his respect.
And that's Salah for me. Salah's not my type of winger, but he has done so much consistently on that football pitch to the point where he deserves his respect. And for me right now, excluding Neymar, because Neymar hasn't retired yet, he is the best winger in European football. Point blank, period.
Neymar's not in Europe, so it doesn't matter anyway.
Yes, but he hasn't retired.
What about Saka?
Stop saying Saka!
But he's in European football. I just want to understand.
I said what I said.
Saka's still a baby. Like he's still adapted, he's still
said what I
adjusted,
said.
and he's still growing. Okay?
Like, yeah, for me, that's
I hear you.
that's Salah. And then after Salah, people might argue that it's Vinicius, and if it is, then fair. But
I agree. Like, I think that. But Troy Deeney is not the benchmark, by the way. I can't respect
there
his.
There are still other pundits that follow that.
And who are any of them respectable?
I don't really respect a lot of them, to be fair.
I think that Salah is world class. It's ridiculous to say that he isn't. I think if people are saying this in this day and age, they're just trying to do it for clicks and tricks. I think that, as Shai said, that he's one of the best wingers in the world, not even just European football. And I think that those who have respectable opinions respect Hazard and Salah, but Salah. And I don't think he should be listening to people who, quite frankly,
we're losers. You played for Watford. Relax.
And I hear it, but I also still believe that. And you spoke about how did they impact the culture? How did they achieve stuff with their teams in terms of legacy? Right? Salah has impacted the Liverpudlian culture.
I think in terms of the culture, 100%. Like, he is probably the face of Islamic football, let's be honest.
He is.
He minus the Christmas tree, but he is the face of Islamic football. And if you told somebody 20 years ago that Liverpool's most iconic player would be a Islamic player from Egypt, no one would believe you.
Exactly. And that's already a culture shift, and that's something that you can add to his legacy. Even putting race and religion aside, he's in a single season, hasn't he scored the most goals in the Prem?
No, Haaland broke it.
Before Haaland.
Yeah, before Haaland it was him.
And who had it before?
Vardy.
No, it wasn't Vardy. It
was
Vardy.
Not Cristiano.
Was it not like the consecutive games one?
No, I'm talking about
two different things.
In it the full. My words
full
were gone.
season.
The full season, he broke the record of having the most goals in that season. I think it was Alan Shearer that had it last. It was one of the old heads. I know it was
there for Haaland then Salah. I don't know who was before that though.
I think
and I think he also broke Vardy's record of most consecutive games with a goal.
So he continues to break records. He has a couple of goals. He has 3 golden boots in his pocket. If he gets another one, he will be tied with Henry for most Premier League golden boots.
Why doesn't that mean where's Drogba?
So it's leave Drogba out of it.
I don't know why she side-eyed me.
Because you said that he couldn't be in a conversation with Henry.
Side-eyed me.
Look, all I'm saying is, with all of those accolades, he's won a Premier League. Like your famous record, he's been in a team with the most points to never win a Premier League. 98. That episode was funny. That was a funny.
I think it's the funniest episode.
It is. We might have to wall that up.
I'm just looking through these records, right? And if you see it says team records, you go through them. United, City, Chelsea, The only one where Liverpool are here on their own is earliest league title win with most games remaining, 7. Like, Ella can do this whole 30 games, 29 games. We play 38 games in a season. And at the end of the day, come the end of the 38 games, Liverpool are only here for 3 records. Oh, look, they're also here. Most points without winning the league title, 97, Liverpool.
Okay, but we're not talking about Liverpool 18-19. We're talking about Liverpool 19-20.
We're talking about records, yeah? That's the record.
Woo! And I listed the records. Woo!
But he's been in a team like 98 points normally wins you a Premier League. It didn't because Man City were just insane that season. He's got 3 golden boots. He's won the Premier League, like I said already. He's shifted a culture in Liverpool. He's shifted a culture for Islamic football in general. What more can you?
I think he's respected, but I think he is respected. I think his legacy is what it is. But I think people have personal preferences, and not like I don't dislike Salah, but for me, Hazard will always be it because.
How did Hazard get into this?
Because I think there's a difference between people not respecting him and people having preferences against different. Because I've seen it online, people talking about Hazard versus Salah all the time, and it's about personal preference, and that's fine. Like if your personal preference is Salah, fine. If your personal preference is Hazard, fine. Yep. But I just don't think it has anything to do with his legacy. It's just where we are in terms of the conversation surrounding Salah. I think. In 5 years' time, when he goes off and does other things, I think he will always have the streets, like Hazard.
Who?
Salah.
I don't think he will.
You don't think he will have the streets?
Hazard has the streets because Hazard, the way he plays football, he makes it like no one plays football the way he does. He makes it fun. It's a gimmick for him, and that's what was beautiful about what he does because he brought the fun back into football. Right? I'm not saying Salah doesn't do that. No. I am saying Salah doesn't do that.
But he has the streets in a different way.
He has it in a completely different way. There are fans across the entire Premier League table, especially our rivals, that would be on their knees for an Eden Hazard. They aren't the same for Salah.
They should be,
but they aren't, and that's why I say he will not have the streets.
I think a streets type of baller is a very specific type of baller.
Like
more often than not, is a dribbler.
Neymar.
Is an insane dribbler.
Do you not think he's a good dribbler?
He's a good dribbler. He's not flary.
Yeah,
he's not flary. He's not a flair player.
I agree with that,
and there's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with it.
If you want to be in that Neymar,
to have the streets,
you gotta have that.
You gotta have
else
that.
We don't care.
Like you.
Who's we? Are you part of the streets?
Absolutely.
Yeah, 100.
She is the streets.
Yeah, sorry, you gotta be able to make shit look so easy with your feet, and then do the same thing in the cage, and we'll be like, oh wow, do you know what I mean? Salah doesn't give me that.
Maybe.
But in terms of,
but that's not maybe what you mean then.
What streets does Salah have the streets?
Like his Premier League legacy, I think is fine. Maybe it's the fact that he doesn't have the streets, and should he?
No. I don't think he should have the streets.
You don't think
I think him not having the streets is perfect for the type of player and character that he is.
Yes, he doesn't need to have the streets. That's fine. I think his Premier League legacy in general is underrated. I don't think I'm going to change my mind about it. I think he's very disrespected, and I think when it comes to the end of his time with Liverpool, he should be in conversation with Thierry Henry, Wayne Rooney, Frank Lampard, all of the above. And if you look at his numbers and how much he puts up for Liverpool as well, I think it should be a no-brainer to have those conversations. That's all.
I disagree.
You just had to get that out there. Yeah.
All right, guys, you guys let us know if you think Mo Salah's Premier League legacy is underrated. Let us know in the comments, and make sure you're following us all individually.
Shy at Shy Carter.
Teams at teams_GH.
And myself at Anita Obami on all social media platforms. Make sure you're following Gold Diggers UK, Gold Diggers UK _ on Instagram, Gold Diggers UK on TikTok and Twitter, and Gold Diggers UK on LinkedIn if you are on LinkedIn. The question today is, are Chelsea the biggest club in London?
I think you need to
look
at the overall picture.
And I'm looking at the overall picture, and when I look in the Premier League archives, Aston Villa and Everton are your mate. It's all a minimum. No, can I finish without you laughing?
No, I can't. I'm sorry.
I didn't show you this disrespect.
I just think you're hilarious.
Well, I guess we'll sit here until you show me some respect. It doesn't really make sense to me. And then you want to talk about European pedigree, which is fine, but then why are Nottingham Forest not a bigger club than Chelsea? Why are Villa not a bigger club? Why are Norwich not a bigger club?
Because they're not in London.
Like, come on, bro. How many times have you guys been in that competition? Still couldn't do it. What the fuck?
We can talk about us not having league titles, but as a club, we're more balanced.
That's not relevant. How does that happen if you're not big?
Your fans are fucking annoying.